It is very dependable on your overall program, whether you want to rent or purchase. Some clients, it makes more sense for them to rent, and others, it makes more sense for them to purchase. It could even be the exact same solution, and somebody just might have a more preference towards one or the other. What we like to do is do a really good evaluation of your overall program and make recommendations on if you should purchase or if you should rent, or maybe even a mix of the two where you're purchasing some components and you're renting the others. As a standard rule of thumb, when you're looking at the differences between a rental and a purchase, we recommend if you are going to use it at least 3 times to go the purchase route, because at that time frame you would have already owned it anyways. But if you're only going to use it 1 to 2 times, then the rental solution is a great option to provide a higher level of experience at a lower cost. When you do go the purchase route, you do incorporate a couple of additional costs throughout that lifetime of owning the exhibit assets, like management, storing them. They oftentimes are in bigger crates, so you need to accommodate for a place that is going to have storage for all of those assets, and then continuing to manage them, making sure that there is not additional damage created before or after the show, and updating them, making sure they're still looking as good as that very first experience, that very first show at every other show moving forward. I've had clients that do both. There are some clients that I really did a good evaluation on giving them a comparison between a rental and a purchase. So when I do these comparisons, I like to compare apples to apples, making sure that we're comparing the exact same thing. So when we're looking at a rental versus purchase, oftentimes we'll look at the rental as 4 or 5 different shows. Then we'll also look at 4 to 5 different shows for the purchase route and every other expense that would be involved if you purchase. So the long-term management of it, getting it ready for each and every event. That way you have a really realistic comparison between where you would be after, say, 10 shows, the rental route, and where you would be after 10 shows for the purchase route. So some of the other differences when it comes to looking at a solution that you might want to rent or purchase is the level of customization that you're allowed to do for a rental. We're pretty confined since you're renting the exhibit hardware. It gets a little bit more difficult for us to do a lot of custom elements when we're renting a solution. Whereas if we go the purchase route, we're pretty much unlimited on where we can go for customization because it's your asset. We don't have to worry about keeping it standard. That way we have that long-term use for a rental solution, and we can go as custom or as simple as the client desires.